Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor, back with another action-packed session. Today, we're going to be talking about single versus multifamily rental properties. Which strategy is the best? So a lot of us think multifamily is always better. We want to go bigger and better. Some people are buying a lot of singles, and the multifamily investors don't understand why. What are they seeing in the singles that I'm missing out on? Should I be going after singles, or should I just be straight multifamily? I'm going to break down all of that today. So first point, single family. Why would single family be better than multifamily? Or is multifamily just better than single? Point one is lower costs. So for a single family, if I'm a new real estate investor, I've never done a deal before, I'm going to start off with single family. Now, there are wrinkles to this. If I'm doing a house hack, I'm just going with an FHA loan. I just want to do a straight up FHA house hack. I might go with a multi because I'm using a 3.5% down first time home buyers loan that I can't reutilize in the future. I can, but we're just keeping it simple here. I'm going to use this FHA loan one time or for the first time. So I want to get the most house possible because I can only put down that 3.5% once. Certainly if you're a VA, like a veteran, you could get the VA loan and do the FHA. There's all different types of wrinkles. If you pay off an FHA, you can use it again in the future. But we're just talking about, I'm just getting started. I'm doing my first deal. What do? I might do an FHA house hack on a multi, on a triplex or a quadplex. But if I'm getting into the burst strategy and I really want to scale this thing, like I want to do this at a commercial level, I want to scale a portfolio. I'm getting very serious. I want to quit my 9-to-5 and live off of real estate full time. You're going to have to get into the burst strategy in order to be able to scale effectively. You're going to have to. So the single family can be superior because it's a lower entry cost than any multifamily. On deals 2 through 10, now you're putting down pretty much 20%, sometimes 30% for a multi, even though they do have some new programs. They advertise you can do less, but you have to occupy. So it would still be like a pseudo FHA loan. For the single, you're just putting down less money because you can buy these in a market like Philly. You could buy these for even turnkey, probably like 140,000 turnkey. So you put down 28,000 and you can produce cash flow from what I've seen. On a multi, you're going to buy those turnkey 300, 400,000 in a market like Philly. So you're putting down 80,000, 60,000 plus closing costs. So less capital, lower cost of entry. What goes along with lower cost as well is if you make mistakes. So when you're new, your biggest fear as a new real estate investor, I mean, my biggest fear was that the house is just going to burn down. My house is going to burn down or a gust of wind is going to come by and just knock it over. It was completely irrational. I mean, it's a great brick built house. So it's not going to burn or get blown down, but it was a irrational fear. And that's part of the game when you're new. But your biggest fear is that you're going to make a costly mistake that's unforeseen, you weren't aware of, and it's going to knock you out of the game. That's usually your biggest fear. So lower cost here means if you make that mistake, you're going to lose less money on a single. If you make that mistake on the multi, you're going to lose a lot. If you make it on a single, you're not. The multi, if you make that mistake, it could be a $50,000 mistake. Hey, I didn't understand the zoning. This happened, or they came through. They hit me with the sprinkler. That was $50,000. That was $40,000. Your mistakes here are going to be bigger. So you need more capital if you want to enter the game in just the multifamily lane. So lower cost to me, outside of the FHA house act that we talked about, lower cost is smarter to me as a new real estate investor. Start small, make small mistakes if you're going to make them, and then use those to scale up bigger in the future because you're building momentum. You don't need to worry about what you're doing now. You just need to be doing something now. You need to be getting experience. You need to be getting your feet wet. The faster you get your feet wet, the more momentum you build faster. The faster you get here, the faster you get out of the 9-to-5. Even if you're in the 9-to-5, you're not fully dependent on it anymore because you have the ability to produce income outside of the 9-to-5. There's so many people that just don't. So there's nothing wrong with the 9-to-5, but if you're 100% reliant on every penny of your income to come from the 9-to-5, you're in a scary position because then what happens? Somebody comes in, they fire you, you lose your job. Or you get sick, you can't do that type of work anymore. What are you going to do? Nobody's going to save you. The government's typically not going to save you either. You have to be able to save yourself, which is why the real estate, having this tool on your tool belt is such a powerful thing. So I'm giving the point, on the singles to the lower price. And we've talked about why. Number two, there's more exit strategies with a single family than there are with a multifamily. With a single family, let's say you get in a jam, you want to flip this deal, but you couldn't. Well, now you can hold on to it, you can rent it, you can Section 8 it, you can rent to own it, because there's always going to be people who want to own or occupy. You'll have all these different exit strategies. You can do creative financing exits. You can rent to own out. That's a big exit advantage here that you don't necessarily get. With the multifamily, when you go to sell, if you go to sell. Also, one more thing I'll say on the more exits, just selling, you have more people, more demand for single family than you do for multifamily, because owner occupants want to live here. So if you bought a bunch of single families, they're going to appreciate with the market. So in markets that go up very quickly, you can make a lot of money on appreciation. But there's just all these exit strategies and increased demand. More demand means it's safer because you're the supply. So you want more people that want your product versus less. The multifamily, you're really only selling to investors. Now, a lot of people talk about that. But if you go to offload, let's say you find a better opportunity or you're more advanced and now you're trying to do a ground up deal. So you're like, all right, let me offload this multi and I'm gonna get the capital. I'm gonna go do a ground up deal, do a bigger multi. Well, you have to sell to investors. Single family has more deals, more deal flow. There are more single families on the market than multi in any market. So you have more deal flow. More deal flow means more unsophisticated sellers that you can structure deals with for pennies on a dollar, whether you're off market or on the MLS. And for those in the Boots on the Ground program, we're in the process of rolling out a complete off market channel that we're financing for the program's benefit, where we're going to be generating off market leads and leading those and then just retargeting them to you, reassigning those deals to you. We're going to roll that out in Philly first and then some other cities. But more deals, lots of more deals, more foreclosures, just a greater inventory. With less inventory, with more inventory, more supply, more wiggle room to negotiate down on pricing, more wiggle room to make a deal. That's better for you. So if you want better pricing, or you're constantly getting priced out as you're in your multifamily endeavor, you may want to just shift over to single family because of the last point that we'll get into, which is the last kind of myth. These are all kind of myths of why multi is better than single. But less inventory, higher prices. That's the difference between, like, if I'm going after single family and you're going after multi and somebody else is going after commercial, the price variations between those product lines, I'm going to get more value as a single family focus than you are on the multi and the commercial guy, because there's less supply. And when you go higher up the food chain, once you go up to multis, 500,000, the people who are buying those properties at 500,000, 400,000, 600,000, they have more capital to play with. And they tend to be more sophisticated because you have more investors in that bucket. So the competition is higher than it is for more deals.